TGI Fridays. Yeah, just getting these groups in, y'all. Another busy show, man. Y'all know we bringing it, man. That's not even for question, man. Y'all know we bringing it, man. Hoping everybody enjoying their TGI Friday. No drinking and driving. You know what the fuck it is. Yes, sir. You're gonna let some peoples, pop up. What we start doing, what we do. Let me see if I can tag some individuals. A lot of people busy. You know how it is. Get these people on board. Yeah, just give me a minute, man. I'm just working right now, man. Trying to get everybody where they belong, man. Open sessions and giveaways. You already know. Open sessions and giveaways. Yeah, man, another Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? Ready to work. Hold on, I think I'm having some technical difficulties. Give me a minute. Let me see something. Don't go nowhere, guys. Okay, here we go. Sportsbook Jeff in the building. James Shane in the building. Yeah, it took a little while for you guys to get on, so I'm thinking there was some technical difficulties there. Lorca in the building, as promised. I appreciate your loyalty towards the show. I know you mad you lost out on some spots. I told you the spots are running out fast. So when I give them to you, you just got to jump on them. You already know. Yeah, let it fill up a little bit. Then we're going to go to the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show. We got Ghosts in the building as always. My brother Steve Levine. Mark Guillory in the building. Oh, baby, we stacking it up now. Now we stacking it up. Okay, we about to do the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show. Let me take these off real quick. Salute to everybody. TGI Fridays. Let me start the message of the day. Okay. This is to individuals who want to stop doing monkey business and basically want to get out the game. There's a time in your life where you have to tell yourself enough is enough. Y'all know what I'm talking about, especially the older cats. So when I made, me personally, that transition, it was not easy because I'm used to getting paper and paper coming in fast. But when I had to decide to change my lifestyle, to maintain my wife, to maintain all the things that matter, I had to make adjustments. So I had trouble making these adjustments. And I'm about to tell y'all what my man told me, the flyest shit I ever heard. B4 in the building, I see you. Douglas Bend in the building. Everybody that tapped in, I see y'all. The flyest shit that I ever heard, this my man, he told me this. This what got me to maintain and stay on lane. He said, Al, you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I looked at the nigga bugged out. I looked at him like the way Friday the 13th looked at the girl that was trying to act like his mom that put her head on when Jason was like this. I'm like, what the fuck he mean by that? But when I went home with it and I played with it, you basically got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, which means there's a lot of things you're not going to agree with. For example, when you get your first paycheck, not only you got to wait 2-3 weeks, you be like, damn, I waited this long for this little bit of shit. Taxes all in and everything. You got to deal with people. Unfortunately, you got to deal with your surroundings. Suge Knight in the building, I see you. So basically, like I said, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I hate dealing with people like that. But now that, I made that transition in my life to let go of the monkey business, to let go of the dealings and all the illegal shit so that I can live on and, and square up with wifey for many years, I had to do what I had to do. And this is a lesson for a lot of you guys that are making that transition, that are thinking of going back to the other side. Nah, don't do that. Keep on the good work, fellas. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And with that, let's start the show. Al York Sports. Roll Truth. TGI Friday. Open sessions and giveaways, man. Let's get it, baby. It's my man Mac 1 with another one, man. Mac 1 is sick with it, man. He throw them down like that. I mean, he throw them shit down like pancakes. Salute to Mac 1, baby. Shout out to everybody. No drinking and driving. It's already a happy new year. Let's keep that positive energy going. Y'all already know I'm about to give y'all the smoke. Sportsbook Jeff, MG Raider. We about to talk to y'all, man. Let me shut this down real quick. Okay, let's start the show. Let's get it popping, man. Remember, you gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's my word of the day. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Y'all know what it is. Keep up the good work. Let's keep private, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York. Salute to Price Tag Entertainment, my man Blue Chips and Royal Cheese. Keep getting that money. Keep doing what y'all doing. A lot of plans in the future. Let's get it. Raymond Gates in the building. I see you. Need advertisement? Hit me up and I'll hook you up. Hit me up and I'll hook you up. Real simple. You need me to push anything for you. Any kind of content, any kind of material. Hit me up and I'll work out a deal and everybody happy, man. Need beats in my man Mac 1. Mac 1 dropping them gems, man. And open sessions and giveaways, like I always tell y'all, the more, the merrier. Let's get into the show. Let's get started. Sad news I got to start off with. Ex-legendary USC running back Charles White has died, man. He won the Heisman Trophy in 1979. He led the Trojans, and he continues to lead them in career yardage with 6,245 career yards. And he played 9 years in the NFL. He died of cancer. And, fuck cancer, man. And, it's just sad because when you get older and cancer jumps in your life, you basically done off. I mean, I'm not saying everybody know, but you basically done off, especially when you up there in years. Rest in peace, Charles White, man. Let's go to other news. Let's go to the Diamond. LA Dodgers released Trevor Bauer on Thursdays, 6 days after they put him up for assignment. And LA is done with the 32-year-old right-hander. Bauer was 83-69 with a 3.79 for his career. I wouldn't mind dealing with Trevor Bauer as a New York Yankee. The only thing, he's got to get rid of that bitch shit. He be doing a lot of bitch shit, like he throws his middle finger up. You take him out the game. I remember one time Bud Black took him out, and from the pitcher's mound, he threw the baseball all the way to center field over the wall. And everybody looking at him like, yo, what's wrong with this dude? And then what he just did, with the Dodgers, where, he got accused, and not only accused, whatever, battery, rape, whatever it was, he was guilty on, but now he's reassigned at the baseball. He's legally to pitch. My thing as a Yankee, if you pick him up, talk to him, give him one chance, he F up, get him the fuck out of here. Other news. Let's go to the NBA. Point guard Tyrese Halliburton was diagnosed with a left elbow sprain and a mid-left knee bone contusion. So Halliburton was having a fucking great year for the Pacers, averaging 20.2, 4.2 rebounds, 10.2 assists. It's going to be sidelined at least for a couple of weeks. Other news, Baltimore Ravens are without Lamar Jackson, still saying that he's feeling hurt, remains unstable, injury more serious than he originally believed. If you ask me, his mother talked him down and said, you're not playing again until they pay you. And I totally understand, because if he blows a knee out, he ain't going to get no bread. He ain't going to get no bread. So it's better that he gets healthy, even though I know his teammates are going to check him for this, but it's better that he gets healthy, and I guarantee you, if the Ravens don't come at him with the bag, 3 or 4 other teams will. Vegas will. Miami will. Jets will. So no matter what, he going to get his 300 M's, especially if he's 100% healthy. Other news. Las Vegas Raiders are done with Derek Carr. Derek Carr said his bye on social media. And, it's sad because, I live in Vegas. He goes to the churches out here. My wife went and seen him in the church. Really nice guy. Guy that you want to root for is Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? But he just didn't produce enough. And when you don't produce enough and your expectations are here and you hitting here, that's just not cutting it. So the Raiders about to, they're about to cut ties with him. He knows that, and he's about to move on. And we're going to check that with MG Raider when MG Raider get on. Other news, Padres getting stronger. I keep telling y'all. A lot of y'all was dissing my man Nelson Cruz, 42 years old Nelson Cruz, saying he's a double play king. He can't hit no more. Let me tell you something. If there's anything Nelson Cruz could do, it's hit a baseball. And if he's going to get pitches, unlike that he got in Washington, that he had nobody helping him out, nobody really in front of him, nobody really in back of him. Now he's going to the Padres with a whole lineup. The whole lineup is wicked. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get pitches. And at 42 years old, $1 million, that's like low risk, high reward. And you get a veteran cat that's going to get big hits. Mark my words. Salute to Nelson Cruz joining the Padres. Other news. Brooklyn Nets forward, Carl. Let me look at the time. Jeff, give me 1 minute, Jeff. I'm going to pull you in. Brooklyn Nets forward Kevin Durant is expected to be sidelined for approximately a month. NCAA sprain. Kyrie's going to have to step up. Kyrie's going to have to show some kind of leadership, and they got to continue doing what they're doing in Brooklyn, which is playing good basketball. Okay, I got a bunch of other shit, but I got to put it to rest because I got to get my man Sportsbook Jeff. Sportsbook Jeff, let's go. Salute to everybody, man. Let me see if I get my man in real quick. Yeah, stay on, guys. I'm going to get Sportsbook Jeff in, and we're going to chop it up. Yeah, let me plug him in real quick. Let me put that song, make sure I can hear him clearly. So what? I'm going to try without it first, see if I can hear him. Jeff, what up?
What's up?
Oh, you know what? I don't even need an earpiece with the new phone. I hear you loud and clear. What's going on, big dog? Talk to me, man. Is everything?
Everything's everything, baby. It's super wild card weekend, as the NFL's saying.
So now that you said that, let's get right into it and play no games. A lot of hungry people looking, a lot of hungry people want information, so let's give it to them.
Well, Raul say he wants a piece of me. Let's go, Raul.
He's talking about the slots. He's still a champion until somebody else takes the next champion. So Raul's still the champion. Okay, here we go. We're going right into the NFL wild card, Super NFL wild card, like you just mentioned. First game tomorrow, 9-8 Seattle Seahawks, who are 4-4 on the road, versus the 13-4 San Francisco 49ers, who are 8-1 at home. The line is -10, 9.5. Some places 9. Totals is 42. We're not giving out free plays. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions, and we move on. What do Seattle got to do to win this game real quick?
Well, since they're playing the game on Saturday, they need to go to church tonight and get on their hands and knees and pray to God that they can win the turnover battle tomorrow. That's going to be a big key. Is they got to get that rookie into some turnovers.
Okay, you did mention something about bad weather, right, Jeff?
Well, the weather out in California has been lots of rain, so probably with a field tomorrow, it's not going to be ideal. Probably sloppy conditions.
Right.
That kind of plays a little bit into Seattle's hands with all the rain.
Yeah, with all the bad weather.
Right. I think too. It's always hard to beat a team a third time. I don't think, and the first two games, Seattle's given their best effort either.
Right.
Now, San Francisco has been on a roll, but I mean, I think the key is that you've got a Super Bowl winning coach and Petey that's been downplaying all week, saying how great the 49ers are, sandbagging, and probably getting his team all riled up, saying you can't win, and then. Obviously, the key is going to be a turnover battle. They've got to be able to stay out of long distance. They got to move the chains, stay on course. Okay, make this a 4-quarter game.
Right, I'm agreeing with you. Geno has to step up. Geno can't turn the ball over. Move the chains. Defensively, they got to get off the field on third down, and they got to put points up somehow. If they could do them 3 things, and just win the 2 out of 3. The kicking game, defense, and offense. Try to win 2 out of 3. Easy said, hard to do. especially the way the 49ers are built. I'm going to answer what the 49ers need to do. Just do what you've been doing. Run the ball. Purdy don't turn it over. Play some defense. 49ers win if they do that. But if they jump out of their element, Seattle gets a break or two. Like you said, some turnovers. Now we got a football game. Let's move on to game 2. Saturday night football, 10-7. Los Angeles Chargers, 5-4 on the road versus the 9-8 Jacksonville Jaguars, 5-3 at home. The line is -2 Chargers, 2.5, 1.5. Where it's a little different. Yeah, it's moving around. Totals is 47.5. What do the Bolts got to do to win, Jeff?
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, Jacksonville's weak in the secondary. These two teams played in week 3, and that was when Jacksonville kind of put themselves on the map out in LA with a 38-10 win. So this is a revenge game for the Chargers. Now, with that being said, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on the Charger coach, especially after last week, a meaningless game after the Ravens lost. He lose Mike Williams, got announced today he's not playing, which is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. To play him in a game that he had nothing to gain.
Yeah, just like Harbaugh did last year with D.K. Robbins.
Right, so that's a huge deal. But they've got to make this a shootout. I think that the Chargers have been primed to be the better team. Before the year started, I liked them to win the West.
Facts.
Didn't happen, but they did make the playoffs. They are capable, if they win this game, of going into Kansas City and winning. They play them tough every time they play. But the problem is they got to get off first base. So the first thing, they got to take care of this game. They are favored, a little surprising, cross country on Saturday night. Jacksonville is going to be pumped up. But to me, they just need to make sure they make this a shootout. Make sure that you don't get into a game that you're allowing them to control the clock, because you're going to be at a disadvantage. Peterson's been there.
Okay.
I'm saying he's won a Super Bowl. So, I mean, the key is, let that be yourself. Keep your identity. Throw the ball. Okay, even without Williams, you got plenty of receivers. Let Eckler take care of the job, on the ground and in the air in the short passing game. And if you do that, you're going to be all right.
Okay, now I'm going to answer Jacksonville. Since you ate up a lot of time, we can't go both ways. You know what? You do the first team, I'll do the second team, so we can get out of here faster. What Jacksonville need to do is, I'm just going to say one word. Sunshine. He got to show up. Sunshine's got to show up. Trevor Lawrence. Don't turn the ball over. You got to get some kind of running game with Etienne and company. You have to. Sunshine gets time, stay away from picks. If they could do that, Jeff, and opposite of what you say, they got to keep the score low to win. I think Jacksonville wins the low-scoring game in this contest. And you think that the Bolts got to, score points and basically outscore them. So I'm going to go different, the opposite way of what you're thinking. But Sunshine got to make plays like he's been making a few times. You took him, Jeff, and he prevailed for you late. Not early, because he fucked us early, but late. If he can make those kind of plays, like last week, he did enough last week, even though the defense won the game on that fumble. But I thought he did enough. And with that, I think Jacksonville can prevail. Okay, let's go to the next games. We're going to start over Sunday morning, 9-8. Miami Dolphins, 3-6 on the road. Horrible finish. The worst kind of finish I ever seen in the NFL. 5-6 straight losses, I think, something like that, before they beat the New York Football Jets versus the 13-3 Buffalo Bills, who are 7-1 at home. The line is 13.5 for the Bills, 43.5. What do Miami have to do? Let's just say to stay in the game. I don't think they're going to win, but to stay in the game.
Well, I mean, for one, the key, they've had success against Buffalo this year because they've been able to run the ball. The last time they were in Buffalo a few weeks back, I mean, Monster ran from 130.
We've seen that game.
But he's not playing because he's got a broken hand. So now you're down to Jeff Wilson,
who ain't bad.
So, I mean, he's not bad. I picked him up for the Niners. But Wilson's going to have to pick up the slack, for sure on that.
Right.
2, you can't have any big plays. I mean, you can't have 2 kickoff returns, a pick 6, an 80-yard touchdown pass. Make Buffalo use the clock up going down the field. 12, 15 play drives. Hopefully you get them a mistake. Hopefully they don't convert. Similar to what they did the first drive in Cincinnati, kicking the field goal after they were inside the 5. Those are the type of things, the bend that don't break, run the football, shorten the game.
Got you. What Buffalo need to do is real simple. Finish up. Start what you finish. You get a big drive, you get 7. You don't get 3. You punch those 7s up. You get that young boy out of there on 3rd down. You don't beat yourself. If Buffalo don't beat themselves, they move on easily to the next round, easily. But me and you thinking Miami will find a way to cover the spread for whatever reason. I can't tell you why, but I know that there's a lot of money on Buffalo, and that's why we think.
The one thing I will tell you is, and this is something that's not being talked about, is the emotional up and down of Buffalo. They've had a very emotional 2 weeks, okay? And this is a game that they really can't be taking that seriously, okay? Knowing that they're 3rd-string quarterback, okay? You just beat them 3 weeks ago. They're probably a bottom 5 team right now in the NFL in the shape they're in,
right?
Going into the playoffs, and they're coming off, the low and the high of the situation, with went on Monday night with the Bengals. So, I mean, they could come out down here very easily, not be up for this game. So they could play down the competition here very easily.
That's what makes a great coach and a bad coach. If they coach can have them up, like Nick Saban has up Alabama, even Alabama on a bad week, it'd be like 39-38 on a bad week. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on. 9-7, New York football, 4 in a row versus the 13-4 Minnesota Vikings, 6-1 at home. This might be the best game of the week, or at least it's set up to be the best game of the week. The line is Minnesota -3, totals 48. What do the G-men have to do to win this game, Jeff?
Well, I mean, the fact about the G-men is that we know that they don't have the weapons on the outside, even though those guys have played well, and they will draw the nice plays to put them in position. But, I mean, Barkley's going to have a big game. Daniel Jones not going to have to turn the ball over. They got to be efficient, okay? They've got to force Minnesota, totally to be in the situation now where they're behind. Make them chase you. You know what I'm saying? Get a lead. So getting a lead, being efficient, not turning the ball over is going to be a key for the Giants.
Okay. Minnesota's real simple. If Kirk Cousins is on, they win this game. Too many weapons. Cook, Thielen, Jefferson, Osborne. It just continues. It just continues. Hawkinson, it just continues. But he has to be on. Offensive line's got to give him time, and he cannot make big turnovers, because that's what I think is going to keep the G-man in this game, is making an unorthodox turnover that they be getting. The Giants, they've been like that for years. They look like they're about to get blown out. They'll get a pick six or a punt return, and they right back in the game, and now they just took over the momentum, and that's what Minnesota is going to have to stay away from. Get Cousins going, score points, because if you make any mistakes or you keep the G-man in the game, they will steal this game, Jeff. Let's move on. Next game, a Sunday night game. 10-7, Baltimore Ravens, 5-4 on the road. 12-4, Cincinnati Bengals, 6-1 at home. The line is -9.5 for the Cincinnati Bengals, 40.5. No Lamar Jackson, no Action Jackson. Talk to us.
Well, I mean, I think the blueprint's very simple for Baltimore. I mean, you got to make this an AFC North game. You got to muddy the water. It's got to be ugly. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that the Bengals are getting field goals, not touchdowns. You've got to control the clock. You know what I'm saying? You've got to be able to run the football. You know what I'm saying? Play defense. The typical Ravens persona. You got to play an ugly Ravens game. They'd have a chance to win this.
I like that. Cincinnati's got to stay away from that ugly game. Stay away from that ugly game. Don't penalize yourself. Don't get no, holding on defense. Don't get no offsides. Hundley can only do but so much.
get them 3rd and long. They get them 3rd and long, easy ball game. But if it's going to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, it's going to be very hard for Cincinnati to cover the spread and maybe even win the game. Joe Burrow right now, I think you would agree with me, is top 2 quarterback right now in the NFL. If Joe Burrow could do what he does, get Chase involved, Higgins involved, get Mixon involved in the running game, if they could mix all that up, I don't see how the Ravens could win the game. I can see them covering, but not winning the game. Let's go to the next game on Monday night. I like that they threw on Monday night. It's just better for us. It gives us more action.
It does.
12-5, Dallas Cowboys, 4-4 on the road versus the 8-9 Tampa Bay Bucks, 5-4 at home. The line is the Cowboys minus 2.5. Totals is 42.5. A lot of people confused with the line setting on this game, Jeff. Tell everybody what the boys need to do to come out victorious.
Well, to me, it's very simple. I mean, if you really look at this, and I'll reiterate this, we talked about this earlier this year, Tom Brady has never lost to the Dallas Cowboys, okay? And you put this in perspective, they went to Dallas earlier this year as a favorite, covered the game. You have Dallas coming off their worst game of the year, okay, and the Commanders, but they're favored.
That was an ugly watch.
Okay.
That's our parlays, by the way.
And the guys will see when we get into our picks. To me, this is the Vegas fixture special of the weekend here. But for Dallas, I'm just going to tell you, they're the better team. Act like it. You know what I'm saying? Play to your potential. Play to your ability. You know, play not to lose. You know what I'm saying? Be loosey-goosey. I mean, you have nothing to lose. You've lost every time, this clown.
Right.
So, I mean, what do you got to lose? You know what I'm saying? Their defense is taking a step back. In fact, one of the things I heard recently this week was the defense played better when they had Cooper Rush at quarterback, knowing that they had to do more for the team. Well, you know what? Defense, here's your wake-up call. Do for Cooper or do for Dak what you did for Cooper, since they haven't done it. So, I mean, I think that if Dallas comes out and we get the A game from Dallas, they're not going to be stopped in this game.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what the Bucs got to do to win this game. It's going to start with TB12, of course, and end with TB12. He needs to get long possessions. Move the chains. Eat the clock. There's no rush. You don't want to go up and down with the Cowboys because you've seen what happened last year in the opening game. They did that, and the Cowboys should have won that game. Let's keep it 100. But on Sunday night, that opening night, you see
ugly.
how he slowed that game down, right?
It was ugly.
And they beat him like 19-3 or some shit. He's got to have his defense rested on this game so they could be as strong as they can be. How you do that? You move the chains. There's no rush. Keep getting first downs, and you got to get 7s, not 3s. That's how you beat the Cowboys. And I don't trust them, Prescott. I'm a Cowboy fan, but I keep it all the way 100. I'm not a Prescott believer. But if they win this game, that's not going to make me a Prescott believer still. You got to win me a Super Bowl, and then I could probably change my mind, Jeff. Jeff, let's move on. We got approximately 5 minutes. I got to get MG Raider on. Let's go to our next topic. We're not going to complete everything, unfortunately, but this is an important one for me. I'm going to name you 9 quarterbacks. I want you to put the 9 in your top 5. You can start 5 first or 1 first. 5 to 1 or 1 to 5. I'm just going to throw names up. Aaron Rodgers, just throwing it up in the air. Kirk Cousins, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts. Just throwing up in the air, Jeff. Just throwing them up in the air. Justin Herbert, Tom Brady. I'm just throwing it up in the air. Give me your top 5, bro.
Good question. Are we doing top 5 as of right now?
No,
or overall for a career?
The names I gave.
As of where we stand right now or for a career?
No, just top 5, who you think is top 5 out of these 5. Like, whoever you think is top 5.
Right now, if I had to go in order for the top 5, number 1 to me is real simple. I mean, it's tight, but you can't take anything away from Mahomes. Mahomes has got to be number 1, but it's not as big of a gap that you think it would be between 1 and 2. but Mahomes, just because of his ability to create on set plays, is the reason why I would give him the 1. And the fact that he's won a Super Bowl. Number 2 right now in our day, I got to go with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow would be my number 2. And real tight, I mean, I was this close to picking him number 1. But I just think but Burrow's done, and it being his 3rd year in the league, having been injured the first year, then right to the Super Bowl last year, really could have won the game. And then taking his team after starting off 0-2, and you've run off, 12-2 from that point on. That's a pretty good recovery for a young buck.
I was know that.
So number 2 would be Joe Burrow. Number 3 for me, it's still Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers for me, I think once the South American drugs wore off from the off season, and he had the second half of the season ready to go. I mean, you can just tell the way Aaron controls the game. I mean, down to the second. I mean, sometimes it pisses you off when they want to cover, and he don't give a shit about the cover. He takes that clock totally off.
Oh man, he don't.
Off when you're doing that.
He been forgot about people's money. He just want to win.
Right, but he controls the game and used that clock better than anybody I know.
Facts.
So he'd be number 3 to me right now. Number 4 for me, that'd be Josh Allen. The reason Allen's down number 4 hadn't been to the show yet, more or less, and I think Allen also has had a tendency here the second half of the season of throwing too many picks, so he's got to get a little more efficient with the ball. Because when you got 3 teams as closely matched, the Bengals, the Bills, the Chiefs are, that extra turnover, extra possession may come into play. So, Josh, you got to protect the ball here. Okay. So he would be my number 4 right now. My number 5, and this is going to be just me on potential and what I think he's capable of doing. But Justin Herbert would be my number 5 right now.
No, hey man, remember it's not all time.
Right.
All time, Jeff.
I think that Herbert, for the most part, has had a coach that's incompetent, that's not put him in a position to win. And if you look at the game, you go back to the Raiders game last year, when they lost them in that Sunday night game. I really thought I was watching Herbert. I was watching another, Mahomes-Allen battle in the playoff that year, or watching, Rodgers go down with Russell Wilson today. You can tell that he's just one of those guys that has the it factor. But he's got to, he's going to have to put the team on his shoulders, learn to control the clock a little better so you're not leaving time for the other team to come down, and when the time comes, you got to get the touchdown, not the field goal.
Right.
But he's got all the potential in the world to move up on this list. I might even start this off season here, or playoff season. He's starting to get his name in lights. But Herbert's my number 5 right now in terms of right here, right now.
But no. Listen. We're not doing career. We're doing career, Brady and Rodgers.
Right. Correct.
We're doing like as of right now. Now, we agreed on a lot of them. I got to go with Pat Mahomes, number 1. This guy is Steph Curry in the NFL. Changed the game. This guy is running the ball, doing Magic Johnson no-look passes for touchdowns. How do you stop that? Not only that, he can outrun any linebacker for first downs. He's got an arm. He's accurate as they come. And you got no looks. I mean, real no looks. I don't mean like jumping in the air and throwing it that way. I mean, he's running and just flinging the ball just like that. You can't beat that. That's
underhand, sidearm, whatever, left hand.
All that shit. Steph Curry of the National Football League. Then I got to go Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's got the best touch in the game. You looked at it the other day, how he's just slipping it between the safety and the corner, like just right perfectly on the numbers consistently. And not only that, he's scampering for 7-8 yards on 3rd and longs for first downs. The game slowed down for Joe Burrow. Number 3, I got to go Josh Allen. He's the freak out of them all. Josh Allen could throw an 80-yard bomb and run you an 80-yard run. You know what I mean? Kind of like Lamar, but he's way more accurate than Lamar. Way more accurate. That's why I got Lamar on my list. Justin Herbert is one of the most natural drop-back quarterbacks throwback quarterbacks that me and you were accustomed to growing up watching. Jim Plunkett's of the world, Dan Fouts of the world. And then last but not least, don't hate me for this. I got a tie with these two, and I could not go either way, and it's Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Snuffing them up, and I got a dead tie. But if we go gun in my head, I will go only Aaron because he's younger, and I'd rather have Aaron right now, who could probably give me more years than Tom Brady. Maybe 4 compared to Brady's 2. You understand? That's not
Correct.
to say that Brady ain't accurate. Jeff, I gotta get MG Raider. Thank you as always. One word, how you gonna end this?
One word is how about them Cowboys?
I can't believe
That's
you
3
fucking with
words.
my all right, X me out, yo, MG Raider, wherever you at. Come on board, baby. It's your turn. X me out, Jeff. Good job, Jeff. Yeah, man. Oh, wow, that was deep. I hope you guys took in a lot of that stuff. This is 40 years plus 35 years of knowledge, man. You can't just go to the store and buy this shit, man. I'm dead serious. Okay, MG Raider, you can't get on? Hold on, let me try to get you on. Hold up. Always get an issue with this guy trying to get him on. Last time he got on, he went by hella bagels. How am I supposed to know what the hell is hella bagels? With no wake-up call, nothing. He hella bagels. Like, you ain't even give me a warning you was going there, MG. How you doing?
Hey, man.
Good brother.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Al York?
You ready to
Al
go,
York Sports
baby?
Show. You know, we come at you. Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. What's up? What you got?
Okay. I'm kind of sizzling up. I don't know if it's my end or your end, but I'm hoping I can hear you. Very important that I can hear you. You my Raider guy right now. What's going on with Derek Carr, the Las Vegas Raiders, the branch, the franchise? Educate us as fast as you could. We got about 15 good minutes so we can get all this in. Talk to us.
Oh, you about to give me 15 minutes? Oh, okay. You spent like 30 minutes with the homeboy.
Only because I was in the beginning. That's why.
It's all good. Well, 99 interceptions and 80 fumbles and 36 fumbles lost. That's what's going on over a 9-year period. It's the most of any quarterback under a 9-year period. Hey, man, you know what? We were all excited about Derek Carr when he came into the league, you know, and we thought he was going to take us.
Year.
I was excited last year. You're absolutely right. I thought
playoffs. He was one throw away.
Absolutely.
And now this is how you treat him.
Absolutely.
This is your loyalty to him.
And
Raider fans are rough, man.
Hey,
you got no
loyalty.
I see.
And
he's a church guy.
It's hey, you go to a Raider game, we'll boo our own team. So if you ever been to a Raider game in Oakland, I'm not sure what they do in Las Vegas. I haven't been to a Las Vegas game yet. But in Oakland, we'll boo our own team if they're playing shitty.
The black hole.
That's
hole, I know.
Not just the black hole, it's the black hole. Like the entire stadium will boo the home team if they playing like crap. And Jamarcus Russell knows what that means, what that feels like. So he can't talk anything about what the Raiders organization did to him. He got booed every week in and week out, while he's throwing them parties on Skyline Boulevard in Oakland, California, the night before the game. We know what you were doing, fool. We know it. But Derek Carr is not like that. Derek Carr is like a great guy. I don't want to disparage his character. Let me separate Derek Carr, the person, Derek Carr, the quarterback. Derek Carr, the quarterback, is a guy that has small hands. He can't grip the ball. So 2 years in a row against Dallas and Green Bay, he tries to dive into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown with no time on the clock, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds because he has very small. He has hands like MG, right? I'm not supposed to play football.
Yeah, he ain't got my hands. I got some gloves.
He has my hands. And
right.
He can't grip the ball. That's why he can't play in cold weather too. So when you ask me what, I think you're about to ask me. Well, let's not go there. Let's talk about. Let's stick with Derek Carr. He gets Devontae Adams. Hey man, great stats. No wins. Why? Because Derek Carr doesn't know how to. You know what? When he's under pressure, ever since he got hurt and was crying on the field, he was crying. Like he had tears coming down his eyes. He got cracked. Like literally cracked. And like football is a collision sport, not a contact sport. I think people need to understand that football is not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. And there's a big difference between the two. And when Derek Carr got hurt 4.5 years ago, Derek Carr that we knew before 4.5 years became a different Derek Carr. And so that's why you have, and that's why you have 11 interceptions, 8 lost fumbles in 2020. That's why you have 13 fumbles and 13 interceptions, 5 lost fumbles in 2021. That's why you have 14 interceptions and 4 lost fumbles in 2022.
Right. So what you're saying is that collision broke him instead of made him, right? Instead of it made him, it broke him.
You can look at any tape. You can look at any tape on good throws and bad. When he gets that pressure, he freaks out. And he throws them. Sometimes it'll be a good throw. Most of the time it's a bad throw. Most of his bad throws, he's under pressure. Most of his sacks, sometimes he goes into the sack. It's a funny thing. I mean, when you watch it, he'll like roll into the sack and just like fall down. And like he'll have like a running lane to run outside the pocket, but he'll roll into the sack. And so what that says to us as Raider fans.
Russell Wilson did this year with the Broncos. Okay, my other question, real fast, because I got one more after this. Where you think his destination possibilities are going to be at, more or less? Just name me 2 or 3 teams where you think he could end up at.
Well, there's 4 spots. There's 6 spots he could end up in, Jets and Washington.
Like 2 or 3.
Hey, so take cold weather out of it. Derek Carr does not play well in the cold weather. You can Google Derek Carr in cold weather games, and you're going to get the lowest passer rating in the NFL in history. Right? You're not going to get any good passer rating. As a matter of fact, as Derek Carr,
more cold weather and little hands don't mix.
No mix,
right, you told
it all. And also, he just doesn't like playing in the cold. So that leaves 4 teams: New Orleans, the Colts, Saints, and Carolina. That's it. Those are the only destinations of Derek Carr. That's the only way he's going to flourish. And that's only the openings he has. The Colts, Buccaneers. Sorry, the Colts,
Miami?
Buccaneers.
You don't see Miami? You don't like Miami?
I would add Miami to it if Tua is not able to play, which I think that's a whole nother discussion. I think Tua's career is over. So that's 5 destinations: the Colts, Buccaneers, Saints, Carolina, and Miami. If Miami decides to go their separate ways with Tua, which they should do, they should decide hey, bro, you had 3 concussions in 1 year. It's not cool for you to play. You can't do your life like this on our watch. I mean, it's the professional thing to do with regard to Tua. They might want Carr to come in there. Carr is a good piece in there, and he might flourish in Miami too because he likes the warm weather. And it's not going to be cold, and he'll be 2, 3 cold. Yeah, and he has a bunch of weapons, and he has a good line. Tua had a good line, but he has to be a little bit mobile for Miami. I like where I'm at. I like the Saints for New Orleans. I like Carolina for him too, and also the Colts look good as well. So we're going to see some. The Raiders opened up trade talks yesterday, and we're going to see some kind of trade talks, but not likely to be a trade because it'll have to be a handshake deal, and there's too much things that have to happen to trust Derek Carr and the other team to want to do that. So I think they're going to have to release him and let Derek Carr go. So I think that's why Derek Carr sent the bye-bye letter to Raiders fans. And I'm like, hey, bye-bye, Derek Carr. I mean, thanks for the 9 years and the 1 fucking playoff game that you played and you threw an interception to lose the game to the Super Bowl, to one of the Super Bowl teams. And it was a dumbass interception too, because it was 4th and goal, and you had Darren Waller open on the out and up. That's all I'm saying.
Real quick, MG Raider. You Raiders branch, whatever. I'm gonna throw you 3 names. If you want one of these guys, because you're a deep Raider guy. I know how deep you are with the Raiders. Or I'm gonna tell you, or trade up in the draft. Lamar Jackson's one name I'm gonna throw at you. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Tom Brady. If you the Raider branch, are you trying to get one of these individuals to come to Vegas, or you want to trade up to maybe get, Price or Stroud? What would you want to do being a Raider guy? Because y'all need a good quarterback. Y'all don't need no average quarterback, Mark. If you want an average quarterback, you keep Derek Carr. So don't tell me, we can get a quarterback in the draft.
Well,
It's just going to be an average quarterback if it ain't the best two guys on the draft. So what you want to do, who would you like to get behind the helm on your team?
Well, we see what Jason Stidham did in the last two games. He had a quarterback proficiency above like 130 in both games. I mean,
video on the game.
Well, he got video on everybody, but like, you know what? He played pretty well. The last draft pick in last. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter now. Like, as long as you're in a good system, and the most irrelevant quarterback or person in last year's draft is 5-0 now. So Jason Stidham, it looks good for us, and he's like, he's 1-1. So here's the thing. We have the number 7 and number 27 pick, and we have 2 first-round picks. I would if I was the Raiders, I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I don't want Tom Brady, because we don't have a Super Bowl team right now. We don't have the defense for a Super Bowl. No, we don't. We don't have this. We don't have this the defense to make that kind of commitment to these quarterbacks. We can't. I don't want to give up none of these. Raiders have 8 draft picks in this next coming draft. I don't want to give up one single draft pick for old ass Aaron Rodgers and old ass Tom Brady and come here and win and go 9-8. I don't want to go 9-8. I want to go 15-2.
You want to build, basically, right?
So we have to stack. You got to stack some chips. Sometimes when you play anything and you need to build, you got to stack some chips. And so what the Raiders have to do is stack some chips and go with, hey man, I'll keep Stidham. I don't think they're gonna be able to keep him though at backup. But I'll bring in Jimmy Garoppolo to hold me for a year while I draft a quarterback. But build them hogs in the offensive line. You need offense and defensive line and some good ass cornerbacks, man. Stop with this bull crap, prima donnas that the Raiders keep on trying to draft, but they don't end up drafting, and other teams actually do. We got to get us a Jalen Ramsey type cornerback. But in order to have a Jalen Ramsey, you have to have a defensive line. In order to have a good quarterback and bring in a rookie quarterback that's a 3rd-round draft pick or even a 6th-round draft pick like Tom Brady, you got to have an offensive line to protect that dude, right? So, invest in that shit with your 8 draft picks in 2023 and get them hogs in there, and then we can build up on that. So anybody that's in that backfield, anybody there that has some time, even Stidham, if we keep him, is he's competing for a starting position because he has time to throw the ball. And you see what happened. Devontae Adams had 2 of his best games with Stidham this year. It wasn't his best games.
Who do you want? Who do you want to be behind him?
I would love C.J. Stroud. But I don't think we're going to get him. I like the quarterback from North Carolina. I forgot his name. But I don't want no short dude that's 5'10" and 6'1", boy from TCU. So that's not going to happen. I want a good quarterback that's mobile, that's precise, and I think we can get that in the 3rd and 4th round. I think there's great quarterbacks that are coming out. There's a quarterback year coming out. I think the first 2-round picks need to be hogs and wide receiver skill players. I think we need another wide receiver 1st-round pick. We can get a great skill player because there's 3 quarterbacks on the board in the first 10 picks. We can get at number 7 and number 8, I think we are.
Right.
We can go wide receiver, and then our second 1st-round pick needs to be an offensive line hog. Undeniable. It can't be no Leatherwood from Alabama. I don't want to see Alabama dudes on our roster anymore. We failed with Alabama altogether. 0 for 5 Alabama in the last 10 years. Right? We had Rolando. We drafted Rolando McClain with our 5th draft pick, and that dude couldn't play. That dude didn't know shit about football.
Yeah. Listen, I don't mean to cut you. We're going over. You gave us a lot of information. I appreciate the information. And at least you said you'd like to have Stroud, but you know they will have to trade up for that to happen. Thank you, my brother. Any last words? You got to make it quicker than shut me down from your side, my brother. Great job as always.
I always got to give a shout out to. I got to give a shout out to my cousin Xavier Raphael. That transferred to Arizona State University. He's going to be a starting wide receiver for Arizona State, who's in a rebuild mode. But they got like hella weapons, including him. And watch him stretch the field in the Pac-12, baby. I'm telling you, this dude's coming for it. He's coming for it. He got fire, too.
MJ Raider, thank you as always, my brother. We're going to get up real soon. I know you're coming to Vegas, so we got to link up.
We're doing – I'm coming to Vegas for March Madness, so it's going to be Al York and MG Live. What's up?
All right, baby. X me out so I could do these last couple things. I still got a couple things to do. Thank you, brother. Yo, Vega, you got to wait 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. I can't just shut it down. Give me 10 minutes. I'll call you. 10 minutes. That's all I ask for. Okay, let me go to our free picks real quick. Get your pens and paper. Vega, just give me 10 minutes. Okay, just give me 10 minutes. I got you. 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Free picks. Vegas, Sportsbook Jeff likes the Vikings minus 2.5 versus the New York Football Giants. He wants you to buy 0.5 point. He likes the Vikings. His pick number 2, he likes the Chargers over 47.5. Chargers over 47. That's tomorrow night. The Viking game is on Sunday. And pick number 3 on Monday night, he likes the Dallas Cowboys plus 2.5 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday night. Now, let me give you my 3 picks. I like the Seahawks first half tomorrow plus 6.5. If you could get 7, jump on that. 6.5 is fine in the first half. I think they can keep it close early. Hopefully some bad weather, be a field goal game. That's what I'm hoping upon. Number 2, we're doing a money line parlay. Money line parlay, Vikings money line, Buffalo Bills money line. It only costs us $120. So that means 120 wins 100, 1,200 wins 1,000. It's only minus 120. Vikings money line and the Bills money line. And last but not least, number 3, 6-point teaser. We bring in the Jaguars to plus 8.5 or 8, whatever number you can get, long as it's over 7. It's going to be over 7. 7.5, 8, or 8.5. And in the back end of that ticket, we bring in the Bengals to minus 2.5. That's your 6-point teaser. Those are your free plays. I'm going to repeat them real quick, Jeff. Vikings minus 2.5, Chargers over 47.5 or 47, whatever number you can get. Dallas plus 2.5, Seahawks first half plus 6.5. Money line parlay, Vikings and Bills, 2 teams 6-point teaser. Jags plus 8.5, Bengals minus 2.5. Those are your free plays. Now we doing the giveaways. Let the best person win. After this, E. Vega, I'll hit you up. You know I got you. Good luck to everybody, guys. Round 3. Sportsbook Jeff is leading everybody with 9 wins. Leading everybody. Round 3, giveaway 1 through 20. Let the best person win. Don't go nowhere. I got the summary after this, and then we out. 1 through 20, guys. Here we go. Make sure y'all can see it. 1 through 20. Let me marinate these bad boys. Let the best person win, baby. Here we go. Just gotta keep spinning these shit. Make sure every board's marinated. Here we go. Giveaway 1, round 3 winner is. We got a winner. Nope, no play. 2 balls came out. 1 ball, 2 balls, no play. You looking for 1 ball only. No play. 1 ball. I don't want people thinking I'm flipping balls. No. You know, I ain't gonna say because it's illegal, but you know what I mean. I don't want nobody to think I'm flipping it. There we go. 1 ball. 1 ball we looking for. Not 2, not 3. 1 ball. There we go. We got a winner. I know you see it because I see it. Let me move this back. Giveaway 1 winner. Number 11. Number 11. Gotta be Big Tap, baby. Big Tap back in the mix, baby. Big Tap is the winner at number 11. Let's go to giveaway 2 now. Big Tap back in the mix. He should have about 4 to 5 wins on round 3. I mean, still way behind Jeff with 9. But it ain't over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. Y'all know how that go. Yogi Berra. Okay. Giveaway 2, 21 through 40. West Coast shit, you already know. (21 through 40). Don't go nowhere. We got the summary right after this, guys. Here we go. Marinate these bad boys. Great job, Sportsbook Jeff. Mark Guillory. Great job, guys. As always. Here we go. West Coast, baby. West Coast. Here we go. Here we go. We got a winner, goddammit. I know you see it because I see it. Let me move this back a little bit. Here we go. Giveaway 2, round 3 winner. Number 37. Number 37. You ain't gonna believe it. Tapia sweeps the board, making a late surge. He's number 37 right here. And he's number 11 right there. You see it, right? 11, 37. Tapia sweeps the board this week, folks. He's getting close to the Sportsbook Jeff. It ain't over till it's over. Summary coming up, and we ending the show. Wow, swept the board. Trying to make a late comeback there. All right, let me shut this. Okay, guys, this is the summary. Sportsbook Jeff came on. We broke down basically every playoff game. We didn't really give size on that. We gave our size on the free pick, so don't get that twisted. We just said how they got to win, what they need to do to win. We spoke about basically top 5 quarterbacks as of right now, not all time. MG Raider came on, gave you that Raider talk. Derek Carr's gone. Obviously, they're going to need another quarterback. I like Stidham, but he's not but a backup. I mean, he can start, but he ain't going to be no 11 and 6 or nothing like that. I mean, he ain't built like that just yet. He's going to have to go through it a little bit. They got no video on him. That's why he looked good the first couple games. They're going to have to get a quarterback. Message of the day, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Very important. You're changing your life. You got to make these adjustments if you want to hang on. so you don't have to go back again. The key is not to go back again. And I all came this close from going back again. And my man told me, Al, real simple. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. With that, Al York Sports, the raw truth. Love you guys. TGI Friday. No drinking and driving. It's the fucking law. Hold your heads.